Hello, my friends. This is your friend Jay. It's never a good idea for me to record a video while I'm lying in bed. Look at my dog. Because the face looks fat. You see? That's gravity, I suppose. Playing my guitar. Forgive the lighting. I'm in bed. I only have a little background light on right now. What's I want to say that's important, I believe, for every person, regardless of what you do for a living, and a lot of us are in corporate jobs and in a rat race, and the job we don't like, and however else you want to phrase it. I personally believe for most people it's extremely important to have a creative outlet. That could be painting, it could be music, it could be singing, it could be karaoke, it could be theater, acting, it could be sketching, it could be dancing, you name it, you get the point. Uh, Here's the reason why. There's a philosophical reason for this. Sorry, not philosophical, psychological reason for this. It applies to me, and I've known this for 40 years. And I think this is a particularly important point for parents because it's really helpful for children. What you're doing when you're performing art, even at a terrible level, I'm a terrible guitar player, by the way, but it's just goofing around hobby for me. It's not a living. What you're doing is you're essentially taking something emotional and mental from here and you're taking it out of here and you're putting it on a canvas, on a sketch pad, on some piano notes, in a dance form or whatever the case may be. And that could be very abstract. I paint a lot, and I'm a terrible painter. So that's why I tell everyone I do abstract art because I can't really actually paint. So everything ends up being abstract. But that's not the point. The point is it's very, very therapeutic. It's very, very important, I have found, for most people. The mind is something I think everyone should do. Have a creative outlet, whatever it is, where you can take your thoughts and ideas, because we don't always have people that we can share our thoughts and ideas with who will listen, understand, empathize, and listen actively. So, what do? You sit there and you talk to yourself. And that's not always the healthiest, constructive way to do it continuously. But there is something very interesting I've learned about me going out and, let's say, getting in my backyard on a sunny day and taking my canvas and my paints and going and brushes. Now I have a collection that's vast of acrylic and oils and so. But going in and just going, I'm not premeditating anything. I'm trying to paint like a particular portrait or something very specific. I'm just putting a pencil to a paper or a brush to a canvas, and I'm just letting it go. And wherever it goes and however it ends up is wherever it goes and however it ends up. The reason why this is important, at least for me, and I think most people, is again, it takes something from here emotionally that could be bothering you and it could be some turmoil, but you don't have any person to talk to about it or another way to express it, or maybe you don't want to keep dwelling on it over and over in your own head. And it takes that from here and projects it onto something else in an abstract way. And that in and of itself is a therapy. It's a getting rid of something here that's being coming from out of you to something external from you. And in most of the cases, people who do that do it for, especially when they do it like they're hooked on it, or maybe if they do it professionally, they do it for a reason, because there's very much of a release and a catharsis in doing that. And so it's a very, very good mental therapy. And so for that reason, call it a small life hack, if you will, and I have hundreds of them. But for that reason, I think it's very, very beneficial for every individual to have some sort of creative outlet so that they can go through that process. So that's my suggestion. Hope it helps. I'm off to dreamland, so sweet dreams.